Hi, welcome back. It's part two. And um, yeah, so getting back to the different caucus ideas and race and everything, I was doing some research, I should say, earlier about different races and how things are understood and separated. And the fact that the world has come together so much over the last, 400 or 500 years, we are really becoming 100% one race. There's no longer clear lines defining uh, who we are and how to determine our, you know, from our outside and inside, our skeleton even, who we are. So I think, one human race is really what we're talking about. It's happening, and it's not just happening here. It's happening, all over the world. So that's very exciting. That was exciting for me to learn about and understand, because I was thinking that there were still really clear lines. And yes, of course, when you go maybe deep into Africa where we're really meeting indigenous people and they've never mixed with anybody else, there might be skeletal structures that are slightly different. But certainly in the United States, and I'm going to say in Europe, there's a real blending going on. And yeah, so one race. Then to further talk about sort of indigenous people issues, Columbus Day. I do want to change a lot of our holidays anyways, but I think that is definitely one we should change to the Indigenous Peoples Day. We anyways need a day to celebrate our people, ourselves, and I think that's a good day. It's very appropriate too, I think. It's a good time to change it. And, we'll see. Maybe Washington will hear our voices and change it this year, if not next year. Then, yeah, I don't know if I really have so much more to say on these topics. I think, I need some information from others to come forward and talk about things, and then we can move forward. So I'm going to switch and talk about something else that I think I've picked up on that bothers people a little bit, perhaps about me, is that sometimes when I talk about as if I'm really going to be president, and if I were president, what I would do. And I do that because it helps me to think mentally about what I would really do. It's how I think, when I plan, and it just, so when I say, well, when I'm president, I'm going to do that. It's not that I'm saying, I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be president. What it means is that I'm trying to work out the issues in my head and go about it from a presidential standpoint of how a president would actually go about achieving the goal, whatever it might be. And then with that said, I was thinking about what is the legacy that I would like to leave behind when I'm done with my presidency. And one of the things that I like to talk about is the Great Peace. During the coronavirus, we had this great pause where everything slowed down, and we had a moment to breathe. And then I liked it. Now, I don't know if you liked it where you were, but where I was, it was really well managed, and I was I liked it. So then I started thinking, well, it would be great to have a great peace, and the great peace means moving forward without money, certainly in the United States and perhaps around the world, but my focus is the United States right now, and so I think by taking away money, it's the quickest way to get everybody to an equal level, an equal standing in the world or in the US, so that we don't have this poor and rich. We have food for everybody. We have running water for everybody. We have electricity for everybody. We have, internet for everybody. And we would also, so in my peace Bill of Rights, I suppose, I would say that each person has the right to have a mobile phone and a computer. I think in today's world, you cannot survive without it. So those things, along with many others, are sort of in the rights area. And so my dream would be to leave behind a better quality of life than what the majority of the United States people have currently. And also a higher self-esteem. I think a lot of people don't have high self-esteem. I think they're not reaching their potential. And when I see a person who's not reaching their potential, it bothers me. It's just human. It's a waste of a possible, beautiful, wonderful life. So that's one of my things, is to bring that potential out of people. And that's why my program also is about having community service, where you go and you learn something and then you use it, whether you're a nurse on call or whether you're somebody building or repairing a bridge somewhere, or repairing a street, or you're helping in the garden to grow vegetables and then you deliver them in your neighborhood, or you're taking care of an old person, or you're, whatever your job through the community service will be. You will get training for that on a regular basis. You will always be up to date, and you can even switch periodically. But every person will have a purpose. Every person will have a place in society and something to do. And the other part of that is that we will all have something to do and be useful, but we won't have all the paperwork that goes with life. So, you don't have to write the insurance company to say, I went to the doctor for this reason, and can you give me a refund on my blah, blah, blah. And all that paperwork to the electric company, all the bills, all the fighting, all of that, it's gone. Just think about it. Just imagine how stress-free that life would be. You just go to the doctor's office, the doctor sees you, finds out what's wrong, gives you all the tests you need, nobody gets paid, it's just done. All the top equipment is there too. It's not like they have to wait to get the top equipment because they don't have the money for it. They have it all. So you're getting, top dollar medical services, all of you, everybody, everywhere. And there's no paperwork involved. Isn't that great? So, anyway, that is my my dream. And my last dream is to stop this never-ending cycle of hate and jealousy and poverty and just prejudice and just all of it. It's time to stop. So on that note, great peace. That's what I'm going for. That's going to be my legacy. I wish you a wonderful Tuesday. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Susan Buchser-Lochocki with the Green Party, running for president. Bye-bye.